months, Sam the Fourth had tried to render null and void everything my staff and I had accomplished. I tried reaching out to Big Sam for help, but he said his son was in charge, and he didn't want to have to choose sides. No matter what I tried to do, from the mentoring program to my fundraising efforts to provide college scholarships for as many boys as possible, Sam the Fourth insisted I was wasting time and resources on boys who didn't need or deserve that type of attention. He never worded it quite that way, yet the message was always clear. "These boys need to learn a trade," Sam the Fourth said at yesterday's meeting, while a huge puff of cigar smoke encircled his head like a lopsided halo. He then looked around the room with an expectant expression. Clearly, he assumed the other board members, 6 white men, 6 Negro men, and 1 Negro woman, would all chime in their agreement. But no one said anything, so he continued talking. "These boys need to be taught useful skills like carpentry or plumbing or welding. The last thing they need is a whole lot of unnecessary book learning." Even though the 6 white men in the room didn't speak up, they all nodded. And even though the 6 Negro men didn't say a word, I knew they weren't far from agreeing too. On more than one occasion, they'd individually and collectively come to me and said that maybe I should lower the bar a bit, insisting that I was setting the boys up for disappointment with my lofty goals. The idea that these Negro men who had overcome the odds to be successful businessmen, clergy, doctors, and lawyers would dare cheat my boys out of any opportunities to thrive kept me gritting my teeth any time I had to deal with them. They all liked having board member of a group home on their resumes, but none of them really believed in what we were trying to do at the group home, which was to radically change these boys' lives. The sole woman on the board, Mrs. Adelaide Hendricks, was my only staunch ally, and I knew that most of the time it was her support alone that kept the Negro men from siding with Sam and his cronies. But she was slated to step down from the board this year, and I worried that everything would come crashing down after she left. I took a deep breath and looked down at my watch. So much for leaving early this morning. If I didn't get on the road soon, I would miss saying goodbye to the boys before they left for school. I closed my eyes and said, "It's going to be okay," and then I turned the key one more time. Although the truck sputtered and coughed, mercifully it cranked. "Thank you," I muttered as I eased the truck out of the yard. I hoped all of the noise didn't awaken Mama. Like me, she sometimes found sleep elusive, especially with the boys being in Vietnam, so far away from us. I turned the radio dial until it picked up a station that wasn't staticky, and almost as if on cue, I heard Big Mama Thornton singing "Hound Dog." Thornton was the original singer of the song, and I always got excited when I heard her infamous growl on the radio. As was always the case, I joined in. Daddy, who died of cancer shortly after I graduated from college nearly 20 years ago, loved the blues, and Big Mama was from the same little town where Daddy was born, Ayrton, Alabama. She and I were only a year apart in age, and I'd only recently started hearing her music on the radio. I didn't know if Daddy had known her or her people, but every time I heard her on the radio, Daddy felt a bit closer, even when she was singing about a good-for-nothing man, the absolute antithesis of Daddy. Most days, Daddy's death didn't haunt my thoughts, but other days, it felt like January 17th, 1948, all over again. A day that, similar to what President Franklin D. Roosevelt had said about the attack on Pearl Harbor, will live in infamy for me and my family. The twins were only little